Hi guys, it's Julie. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but it's my dad's birthday this week and I wanted to make a special card just for him. So I turned the camera on and you get to watch me work through this. I'm making some die cut foil letters and I'm using the Thermoweb iCraft Deco Foil toner sheets. They have self-sticky stuff on the back, and I'm also working with their line of foils. And this is copper. It's a gorgeous color of copper. And you put the ugly side down against the toner paper so that the pretty side of the foil is looking up at you. And I sandwich it in between a carrier sheet made from some parchment paper that I just folded in half and sent that through my Mink, which I preheated. I set it on 4, but if you don't have a Mink, you can use a laminator. This needs heat and toner to react together to transfer the foil. So I'm just going to peel the transfer sheet off and I can throw the transfer sheet away. I don't need that anymore. And then I'm going to die cut all the letters that I need to say what I want on this card. And I'm using the block words die set. I love this set. One of my favorite things to do with it is see how many different things I can say with the letters in this set. Even though it's not an alphabet, there are quite a few letters. You can come up with quite a few combinations aside from the words that are already preformed. So I needed a couple more letters, so I took a look at a couple more of the dies in the set, and I'm just going to use the extra bits there surrounding the other die cuts that I did to get more foil letters and set those aside. And I'm going to prep this piece of cardstock with some anti-static pouch because I want to heat emboss this fishing pole. This is from the Brandy Kincaid Gentleman set that just released, part of the Leading Ladies line. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to use this fishing pole because my dad is a fly fisherman. So I'm just going to use the Nocturne VersaFine Clair ink to stamp with. And I had that all set up on my Mini Misty. And then I'm going to heat emboss that quickly with my embossing gun. So I just make sure it's all nice and smoothly melted, and I'm going to use Copic markers to color this in very quickly. These bits are really small, so it's not like you can do a whole heck of a lot of shading, right? So I'm just filling in the color, boom, I'm done. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to grab the coordinating die from that same set and go ahead and tape that there with some washi tape and send it through my Gemini Junior and set that aside so it's ready to go for the next step. I've grabbed some Modern Graphics pattern paper. I love these lines, and I decided instead of going vertical, which I normally do, I decided to go horizontal with them on a vertical layout. And I'm just messing around here trying to decide how I want to lay this out. And I futzed around with this quite a bit before I came to a final decision on what I wanted to do. And luckily I've spared you that. So now I've got foam tape all over the back of this piece of wood paper because this one is not self-adhesive and I wanted to pop it up. But I love this natural wood and I know this will speak to my dad a lot. And I'm just going to use those little handles on the side from the liner papers there. I use those to kind of hold it up, and then I can press down firmly when I'm ready to tack it in place and remove those outer liner papers. And then I've got my thread here, my metallic thread. I love this copper thread. I love to make the messy nest. Coil that around my fingers, and I'm just kind of thinking a little bit more about my layout. I wasn't quite sold on what I did initially, so I'm kind of like right in the middle of it. Right turn, Clyde. So I'm going to kind of switch gears just a little. I was going to originally center all the letters, and then I kind of got going and thinking, you know, could make my life a lot easier if I justify them to the left. So you'll see what I mean in a minute here. I'm going to get this fishing pole mounted. I put a couple of pieces of foam tape on the upper and bottom ends so that they're supported there. And then there's just tape runner on the body of the fishing pole. And now I've taken a piece of washi tape and just set that along the edge there on the left-hand side, and I'm using that as a guide to line up my letters. And I'm just peeling off, and there's my hair. Sorry about that. My head got in the way. Eventually, you'll see me stand up, and you'll kind of see, there's my Buddha belly sticking in there. Sorry about that. I should have brought the camera down lower. So anyway, I got all the letters mounted because they have stick them on the back of them. You just peel off the liner and stick them where you want. And then I'm using a piece of parchment paper to just kind of burnish down and make sure they're adhered firmly to the card front. And then I can go ahead and very carefully peel away this washi tape. Originally, I wasn't going to pop up that wood panel, but I like it better popped up like that. And then I'm going to grab some of these black star sequins, which I absolutely love, from High Supply, and just use the On Point glue by Tsukineko and my little jewel picker to get those mounted in place. And I love how pretty, I mean, I shouldn't say pretty. It's very rugged and handsome looking, but still a little bit elegant. And I thought it turned out great. And I hope my dad loves it and he has an amazing birthday. Thanks for watching.